Yeah?
Played it for a little bit.
Yeah? Yeah? So you're still actively playing, the two of you?
Yeah, same.
Are you on season 3 as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you in big corporations or still playing to the very end? Which service are you on? Do you know?
Yep. The numbers are really weird.
Yeah.
3,001.
Yeah.
Well, 2 characters and 4 characters on 3,002.
Okay.
And 2 more characters on 3,003.
Okay.
So
which corporations are you playing in, if I can ask?
I play for many corporations. One of them, the biggest one, probably is Reforged.
Yeah, you're in that, okay.
Yeah, and also maybe if some of you playing the game, you probably saw my guides on Kegwood.net.
Oh.
Yes,
we've been reading that.
Yeah, we've been using that.
Yes. So you write those?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm a student.
Excellent. Okay. Okay, now we have something to talk about. Yeah, we joined on server 20. We were fighting against Reforged. Then we went to... was that on season 2?
No, 20 is season 1, then 2001,
yeah,
and
then 80 on
3002.
season 2. We fought against them, and then now we're fighting against the Imperium, the 2 Imperiums. Now on season 3. Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. Yesterday you captured my base.
Me?
No, some of you guys.
Yeah, we're not in the Imperium.
Okay.
We've just been fighting against them. On this last season 3. We're on what? Season 2001? 2. 2, yeah. So, if you have any questions or feedback, we would really appreciate it. Something we can take back to the dev team. I don't know if you know this, but the game is developed by a development team in Shanghai. So we have 3 studios at CCP, one in Reykjavik, where we produce EVE Online and the new EVE Frontier game. And then we have a studio in London, where we're producing Vanguard. And then a studio in Shanghai, where we produce Conquest. So it's also a challenge in many ways to produce a game with a development team that's in Shanghai, while a lot of the shared services we have with the game, like data, are in Iceland. But we'd really like to provide them with some feedback, if you have any of the experiences you've had in season 3, perhaps, the most recent ones, if anything sticks to mind.
Well, I have a large backlog I already shared with CCP Swift.
Okay.
Probably the biggest thing right now is communication with the community, the transparency of the releases.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is this game is about numbers, spreadsheets, compositions, and quite vague description of the skills, like slightly increased damage, like slightly, is it 5% or 10?
Yeah.
So it's quite confusing for the game, which is like very oriented on the strategy, on numbers and stuff like that.
But do you feel like outside of these vague descriptions, you can still map out something where you can calculate the...
I reverse engineer pretty much everything back, but it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And data collection is typically I need to record the video of the combat log, then use AI to transfer it to the text, and then throw that text to Power BI or other tools to analyze.
Yeah.
This is how I use my data collection for the guides.
Okay. Yeah, we've been talking about this a bit.
It could be just API and...
Yeah, we talked about this a bit because we have set up internal tools to monitor combat a bit, just to see kind of if there are some metas arising that aren't natural. Like we spotted, for instance, when, I don't know if you remember this from season 2, when the Thunderchild had, I don't know if you're familiar with the ship, but it's a ship in the game. And you can basically upgrade 4 modules on each ship from 0 to 15, level 0 to 15. And on level 15, the Thunderchild basically just hit a damage percentage from 140% to 550% in one go. And it made the ship just super OP. And it had to be nerfed mid-season because it was supposedly an error in design. So we were trying to spot some of these things and see if there were some combinations that were super weird or something in the data. But we were talking about it like, because this is kind of, I don't know, figuring out the meta in the gameplay because it shifts between the seasons as well. It's such a big part of the gameplay. Like, should you share it? Would you like to have it shared publicly so everyone knows the meta immediately? I don't know.
At least update the fleet guides. They are
Yeah, you could update the fleet guides, that's true. They're very bad, honestly. But yeah, what do you think? Like, would you like to have all the data readily available at all times, like we have in Evil Line?
Currently, I'm like publishing everything I researched as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Even if like it's kind of a little bit hurting myself, for example, if I'm sharing the good fits or counters for the bad end. For example, I could use it like several days before people figure out what's killing them.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to go with the community and share more stuff with the people, so the game could be like more interesting for the people. And also, I'm trying to not just give a list of things you need to fix. I'm trying to explain why.
Yeah.
So my initial goal is like to educate people and leave them help me to gather the data, help me to experiment. There is currently, I think there is a 76,000 combinations of flicks.
Yeah.
And obviously I can't
No, and
test them all.
and
No.
it shifted so heavily in season 3.
You add one commander and on based on the current roster, you're getting almost 2,000 new combinations because it's ship plus 2 commanders.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I just love data. It's my thing, and this is why it's just part of the gameplay for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but holding the data like I would do in Eve, like don't want to share intel with another alliance or corporation. In Eve Galaxy Conquest, I think since the seasons are quite small and we already saw that people, even after killing each other for several weeks, they still looking for the ways to collaborate. They're looking how they can end this season and enter the next one. Yeah. So like merging or maybe just finding a middle ground, how they will entertain themselves in the next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in that kind of environment, I think the sharing is actually key to help the game succeed.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know. I guess you're right. It doesn't really matter where you get I mean, everyone is going to your website anyway to get or like similar guides to get the best fits anyway. So you can just as well share the correct data or the best data to make it simpler and better. We were just wondering kind of, because again, it's a part of the early gameplay at least of the season to try and figure out what works and what does not for some people. But yeah, maybe to touch on the seasons. Like, what do you think about, you've been on some of the earlier seasons, started on probably 20 or 21?
21, yeah.
So you've had the experience of both, like, some very long seasons, like we've had very long seasons on these first servers.
Yeah, it was quite long, but actually this is the first time when everyone got bored and we started to figure out how we can entertain ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
King of the Mountain, chess, and stuff like that. And this boardroom, actually, it's like sometimes it could be like a driver for creativity within the tools you're having in game.
Yeah.
So this is something I've seen and experienced in Eve Online as well.
Yeah.
People trying to build the stories and the gameplay way beyond it was designed originally.
Yeah. It is still something we're trying to look into with seasons. It is obviously a problem because we don't have that many players playing Conquest, and it's a game largely designed around a much larger player base, like the seasonal merge strategy. So what that inevitably ends up happening is that a server is going on, but you don't have enough servers kind of ending at the same time. So that server has to wait until the other ones catch up, and then you have to merge. And this is a very poor, perhaps, design going forward. And this is something we've been actively pointing out, like you will need to address this, how you can merge people from different seasons together to keep the servers healthy and alive. So you can't just go on to season 38 for the guys that started in October. There will be 3 guys left or whatever, like it will automatically happen, people churn out. So that is very much kind of a big focus for the team at the moment, like how do they fix that? We've also talked a lot to them about this, just this predictability of the season ending. Like it's not predictable at the moment. They just decide when to do it, and that's largely based around the same problem, because they have to wait until a server is at a place where they can merge it to the next one. But still, like the information the players have been getting is very very lacking, and we've been hearing about this ever since the beta in like early last year. That this is one of the key complaints that the players made to customer support. It's just like don't know when the season is going to end.
Yeah, we've seen people like usually Gita is captured after like 37, 38 days, and then we see people creating their own content, which is awesome. But we should absolutely be piggybacking on that content, like add it to the game.
Yeah,
we need more content.
Yeah, these PvP grounds that have been set up here and there. It's really cool to see, but still kind of.
Another seasonal problem, the biggest one, I think. And for example, my friend of mine wants to join me. There is no way we ever play together.
In 200 days or so, you could play together.
Just wait patiently.
So I need to reset myself to his server. Otherwise, it's impossible to meet. I'm in season 3. He will be in the season 3. I will be in the season 6 or 5 if it's gonna be delayed. But it's never gonna be delayed for 3 months or something like that.
And that's the second problem we've been pointing out to them, which is obvious.
It's
like,
mechanic.
Yeah. And as we've pointed out to the team, and they know, this is luckily something that's been solved for in other games already. Like you don't have to invent the wheel around this. It's just a matter of implementing it. A definite problem, but not being able to recruit new people onto the server you're on.
That's the issue for growing the community.
Yeah.
Once the marketing team keep pumping the traffic, it works.
Yeah.
But if the players wants to invite someone, like friends or family or coworkers, and since they're unable to, even my characters sometimes getting split on different services. Servers, sorry. For the season 3, I lost my 2 data collectors because they were merged to different server. So on the first season they have a duel, which was perfect for data. On the second season they removed the duel, so I have to create several characters to do them to create controlled environment where I can repeatedly do the same thing. And for the third season they separated them again. And since I'm unable to create new character for the season 3, this is the reason why the Meta 3 Fleets post was quite delayed. Because it took a lot of time to gather new information about the new ships, new fleets.
Are you then also like scanning tiles and seeing past battle reports?
I do. This is not paying, but one of the methods I collect the data. So typically I use it not just like insights. Okay, this looks interesting. I need to reproduce it to
we should really get you the combat data. I need to look into that with the team, see what's available. But yeah, I think it shouldn't be. It's basically the same concept as the kill mails. We have logs that are very similar to it. I don't think we have all of the stuff in it that is wanted. There are a lot of variables, like much more variables really inside of a Galaxy Conquest kill mail than probably EVE Online kill mail. I don't know, like at least there's a lot of.
We have battle reports, but we are missing the one that captures all, basically.
Yeah.
So, for example, like the levels of the skills and the star rating of the ships and commanders. Yeah. But it's possible to combine.
But then it's also like if you want to really go into the rock paper scissors logs of the combat.
Yeah.
Like outside of the outcome, but what's actually happening within the turns. Like that would become a spaghetti monster super quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Anything else? Does anyone else play?
Or interested in?
Or interested in playing? Does everyone here know what the game is?
I watched trailers.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Is it only on mobile?
Only on.
Mobile?
Yes. Well, you can. Yeah. Yeah, you can put on BlueStack.
Highly recommend playing it on BlueStacks.
Yeah.
It's quite small screen for all the content that's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I managed to run 2 clients on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, just using this split screen.
Really nice.
I can show you it after.
Yeah, a lot of people I think played on BlueStack. But it's only on mobile. It's available on Android and Apple. It's a 4X mobile strategy game. Those who haven't played, it's built in the EVE universe, so it has a lot of the same lore and ship types and some commanders from the EVE lore. And it's largely based around this concept of Jita, a station being in the middle of a map, like a hexagon map, and you're fighting to get into the middle, if you haven't tried it.
Yep.
It's a race, and it's like a 35-day, 38, 40-day race to the middle, basically. And you have to gather resources, set up strongholds, capture regional stations to get your foot kind of into certain systems and battle out for ownership of that middle and the regions. So, yeah.
Yeah, and in the spirit of CCP, it's quite complex.
Yes.
The combat system, like you said, the numbers of different combinations you can create a fleet from, it's massive.
Yeah.
And like season 1, we're probably lost, and we see that. And that's one of the problems with the current setup. Like you can't recruit your friend, you can't onboard someone. Everyone on season 1 are kind of just learning.
Yeah.
So
And also maybe like a rookie season with a slightly more limited version of the game would be nice. There's kind of a lot to take in at once. Yeah.
Some of the mobile games which are also in strategy and have these seasonal systems. We have like season 1, it's a rookie season, and they like running, I don't know, maybe for 1 month or something like that, and then they have a large lobby where you can pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
This is at least I didn't play it, but I started to collect in Discord. There is a lot of players on that one. Does anyone play ever this type of games? And some said yes, we do. How they solve this seasonal system, and they started to share the games where this is more or less resolved.
Yeah.
Another thing is actually like in EVE, it could be a catch-up mechanic, like extra draws, better chances to get something, and of course you can swipe your credit card and get 5 stars Thunder Child in the first day.
Yeah.
it will pull you through the whole season. So
Yeah.
it's not quite big issue for at least if you are paying.
No.
And for the rest of the people, some kind of catch-up mechanic, like a starter bonus,
Yeah.
it could be a little bit longer maybe.
Yeah.
On the other hand, people will start to exploit it to map the wall sex
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's relatively easy for us to spot kind of at least if you're new or not, unless you just totally spin up a new email, new phone, new everything, then it becomes a bit difficult, which I guess it's possible for people. But yeah, it should be relatively easy. And like we have this capability kind of already in game, which we're trying to point out to the people. Like we have the early season bonuses already. You could extend those and then just add them to other systems like the draws to make the catch-up game easier. Like we have variable pricing even on packages, so that's also possible. So a lot of options in the catch-up game. But as you said, I think the most important thing is that you need to be able to play with the people you recruit. So obviously the most important thing. Okay. Any more questions, thoughts, comments? We might sit with you. Get your contact info
We'll find you outside.
after the panel. Yeah.
So I played it when it came out, I think.
Yeah.
Like I played it for a couple of weeks, but I did notice that it demands more attention than actual EVE.
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
You
In
can
the
play it
beginning.
really casually, or you have to be basically on it
Yeah, like
every waking minute, which is weird.
I was like on that side, I was like second biggest club.
Yeah.
And like if I took a day off,
Yeah.
I could notice like okay, I'm like way behind everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I took a weekend off and I was booted out. There was no way to catch up to anyone anymore.
It's like you will catch up like in mid-season. It's like it's really fast in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then it slows down.
Yeah, I would say so. Like there's like you're really fast at progressing through like 3/4 of most levels in usually everything. So like even if it seems like you're in a distance, like the main difference, for instance, when you're leveling up the characters, there are 50 levels. You're really fast up to level 35, relatively fast to level 45, but 45 to 50, that's like the main. So it should only take you like a couple of days, 3 days to get to level 45, like maybe a few more days.
Like I easily well.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, it still is quite a grind sometimes, like capturing 120 full stack of grids, which are above like level 7, if you know what that means. That's a bit of a time to, takes a bit of a time to do that. And like, especially if you're in the middle of like aggressive corp combat, like you have to basically be logged in, or like you have to be ready to react at any given, and like we have all the corporations are like universal in terms of time zones, so there's just constant attacking happening at all times.
At all times there was
Yeah.
something going on.
Yeah.
You even have to be sending fleets out.
No.
The game is quite intense indeed.
Yeah.
I compare it like playing EVE Online with 3 pilots at the same time, like playing multiboxing.
Yeah.
It's not like you send and forget. I mean, you can, but you will receive the combat log, someone intercepted you, and that's it.
Yeah.
If you wanna do micro, it's really difficult because it's 5 plates. The stamina, it's not quite a factor because you can swap out new commanders and do something else. I mean, you can do in the game something all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no like, okay, you're done for today, go to sleep. No,
Yeah.
you always can find.
There's always something you can do.
Yeah. And this is probably why it's a little bit hidden within the game, but actually, like in EVE, a pilot who just registered, he applied 1 million skill points, he boarded the most, and he can be thrown or pathing, or just annoying someone, or drain the stamina of the whale, or whatever. There is always roles and things, even for the weak players.
Yeah.
But it's not quite transparent because most people like, okay, I just leveled my commanders, I will go to fight. And then they meet Abaddon, all 5 fleets are trashed, not even scratching the enemy. That's quite demotivating.
Yeah.
And you don't learn this in season 1, that you can actually be useful, even though you're not like on the top.
Yeah, this is something we are trying to educate within the corporation as a culture. So we're like value even free-to-play players. We're saying like, you're doing the great job. You're doing things otherwise we couldn't pull it. So it's if you're not a soldier, if you're not a frontliner, that's okay. You don't have to. There is always something you can help us to win the season, win the combat, get the station or something like that. Even a simple distraction, you're just like capturing this, I don't know, acceleration gate in the middle of nowhere. It can hold the attention of the enemy or disrupt their logistics. This is something I was describing as like guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
How you can mess up like with this 3 simple fleets in the middle of nowhere. You can disrupt whole operation.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Unless there are any more questions, I think we'll just end it here.
I have one thing.
Yes?
I've played since it started with December there. So.
Yeah.
The one thing that I find very tricky is synchronizing my fleets when I send them to like capture objects.
Yeah.
So they work together.
Yeah.
Is that something you've been looking at?
We talked about it. Yeah, but more just on the personal level. Of course, again, we are not developing the game. We're just on data team. But we've talked about it as a proposition for things like to just, and like we've talked about this a lot. Of course, when you're capturing level 10s, for instance, or you're doing something that a single fleet can't do, and just to be able to multi-strike with all your fleets. Should not be difficult to do, I would venture a guess. Like instead of a single select when you're selecting a fleet, you just multi-select it and capture it. That's a really easy
But
thing.
the timeline will be, the combat log will be, you can't strike into threads. There is only one thread, so...
Yeah, you would have to do something but for that. But I think still for the order, it shouldn't matter. You could still delay each by a second, whatever, through the order.
Yeah, but if you want to capture efficiently, you want to do it not like throw everyone. You just need to send one and then another one specific.
Yeah. Like if you want to be tactical, tactical about it, you just have to do. But I'm more just thinking.
No reason like select all and just throw them there.
No, well, I would still say like for a lot of players that might not get that deep into the tactical element of it, they might just want to throw power at the problem.
Yeah, I think that.
And then just the simple action of being able to multi-sect and select.
This action can lead to total wipe out for the whole fleet.
Yeah.
I've seen this many times when people just throwing on a level 10 resort 5 fleets and then these 5 fleets going back defeated.
Yeah.
And basically a person just lost 100,000 components for nothing.
Yeah.
And if he just changes the order, just different order, same fleets, different order, he could capture it with just 3 fleets.
Yeah. Maybe that's the notion why the design team doesn't want to add multi-capturing, but I don't know. Yeah. But still, definitely something I've noticed myself when I'm capturing. But I'm not super tactical about my captures. I just throw power at it. That's the issue. Yeah. I think that's it for now. Thank you for attending. Try out the game if you haven't. You might get your info.
Yeah.
And speak more.